Hello everyone, this is Mac and we are going to work on solving quadratic equations by any means necessary. This is version C, meaning that there was a version A and a version B. Okay, so you can find A and B and a video of me explaining strategies at maxtutorials.com. We are currently in the section that says solving quadratic equations. Okay, so now when I see a problem and I'm on a test and I got to solve for this, okay, the first thing I want to ask is, can I pull anything out? Is there a what's the same? And on this one, yeah, I can pull out a 7x and I'm left with x plus 2. Okay? Once I have two factors equaling 0, I just make each of them equal 0. And I'm going to get 7x equals 0 and x plus 2 equals 0. This I'm going to solve by dividing 7, and I'm going to get x equals 0. This one I'm going to subtract 2, and I'm going to get x equals a negative 2. That's simple, right? Okay? So now, number 2, let's look at this one. Okay, I can't pull anything out, but I want to ask myself first, before I start going, quadratic equation and doing all this stuff, the first thing I want to ask is, can I factor it? Boom, 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 boom. Well, third term positive, signs are the same, take the sign of the middle. Now here's a key question. Are there any factors of 15 that will add up to 8? And guess what? There are, 5 and 3. Now, remember, when we have a binomial equaling 0, we just want to make each binomial here equal to 0. This one's going to need a negative 5, and this one's going to need a negative 3. Okay? Let's go on to the third one. Remember, the first question is always, can I pull something out? And here I can. I can pull out a 5. What's left over? X squared minus 5x plus 4 equals 0. Now I can ignore that 5. If it says 5x, I can't. I got to solve for it. But if it's just a constant, all I have to do is solve what's in here. And I notice that this looks like something that I can probably factor. Third term positive, signs are the same. Take the sign of the middle number. What factors of 4 add up to 5? Oh dear, it doesn't work, does it? Okay, oh no, sure it does. It's 4 and 1. Haha. Okay, there. And so what I'm going to get is I'm going to get 4, because 4 will make that 0. And to make that 0, I need a 1. And those are my answers. Okay? Let's go on to number 4 here. Wow, are there factors of 7 that will subtract to 2? Well, the only factors of 7 is 7 and 1, so no, it won't. So this one I'm going to do, because that is an even number in front of the x, that's when I know I can do complete the square. Now, if I don't like complete the square, could I just plug these in? A equals 1, B equals 2, C equals negative 7 and go quadratic? The answer is yeah, I can. I absolutely can. But I want to show you all the ways, so I'm going to do this. X squared plus 2x equals 7. Now, what's half of 2? 1. What's 1 squared? 1. So I'm going to add 1 to both sides. And the purpose of that is, now if I factor this out, and you can factor out the long way if you don't like the whole trick thing, but this becomes x plus 1 quantity squared. Again, if you would get 2 parentheses of x plus 1 if you factor. And that's going to equal 8. Now I'm going to square root both sides, and I'm going to get x plus 1 equals plus or minus square root of 8. Once I subtract 1, I'm going to get x equals negative 1 plus or minus square root of 8. Or if I reduce that 8, I'm going to get negative 1 plus or minus 2 root 2. 2 root 2 is just what square root of 8 is. That's something that after a while you'll just commit to memory. All right, let's look at number 3. Okay, well, I'm just going to quadratic equation this one, okay? So this one is going to be A equals 3, B equals 5, C equals 1. I could try the factoring, but I just did a little bit of work in my head, and I can tell you right now it ain't going to work, okay? So I'm not going to complete the square because I have a leading term in my x squared, and I have a odd number, so this is perfect for quadratic equation. Okay, opposite of b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4 times a times c all over 2a, which becomes a negative 5 plus or minus square root of, what is 5 squared? 25 minus 12 all over 6, which is going to become, I'm starting to run out of room, -5 plus or minus square root of 13 over 6. And I can't break down 13. I can't divide 5 and 6. So that is going to be my final answer. Let's go on to number 6. X squared minus 64. Love it. Perfect square minus a perfect square. You guys will love it when you run into these, okay? Hopefully you start recognizing these. Boom, boom. Signs have to be different, okay? And that's the rule. That's the special case of how to factor those. Now I need to make him equal 0. I'll do that by making it a -8. And I need him to be a 0. Whoops. And I can do that by making him an 8, okay? Let's go on to the next one. Hey, I can pull something out there. I'll pull out a 9x. I'll be left with x minus 5 equals 0. Okay, so now I'm going to make each of these equal to 0. 9x equals 0. X minus 5 equals 0. Boom, boom. Here I get x equals 0. Boom, boom. Here I get x equals 5. Okay? And lastly, number 8, I'm looking at this going, are there factors of 31 that will add to 12? Well, 31's prime, so no, I can't. So, but because this one right here is a even number, I know I can complete the square. So I'm going to start by getting everything out of the way. I'm just clearing some room. Now, what is half of 12? 6. What is 6 squared? 36. So I'm going to add 36 to both sides. And now here, by knowing how to do trinomial squares, I get x minus 6 quantity squared equals positive 5. Now once I square root both sides, I get an x minus 6 equals plus or minus root 5. Add 6, die, x equals 6 plus or minus root 5. Done. And that, my friends, are quadratic equations, okay? Like these, subscribe, make comments, ask questions. Happy to talk and help you out. I hope that all helped you. Take care.